승무원들은 여러분께서 편안하게
staring at the clock, thinking it might stop, but it
Just help me sink back in.
My horse, she just Vị 13 của bạn chỉ có như thế này thôi. Đấy, mở cổ vào 16 cô chết à.
뭔가 이빨 꺾듯이 맞다.
I think here for the last 3 years, every year normally I
Buy me the iced tea get to
哎，在前面，我会走了。
手あるんやな。あ、あった。ウォッシュ&ドライ。ライチティーとバインミー。いただきます。 とうございます。Thank you。めっちゃかわいい。かわいすぎてテンション上がる。やったー。
Wake up, little bird. Don't fly away from what you've heard. They're only words. Head down from the noise. Towards the spring, towards the towards the spring and towards the wood. They're already good.
Mango。フランフラン。マンゴー。ピーチか。とこれはアロエのヨーグルト。甘い。美味しい。めっちゃこれ美味しい。最高じゃん。 「